Now, let's shift to the United Kingdom because for thousands of Indian students and young professionals in the United Kingdom, getting a graduate visa after completing their studies it is seen as the beginning of a new life. It gives them the opportunity to work, gain international experience, and build a career. Well, many even decide to settle down there, get married, and start a family. But very few knew that until now, having a baby in the UK, it could unexpectedly create a serious immigration problem. It sounds unbelievable, but for hundreds of families, this was a very real legal challenge. Wait, here's what happened. Under the earlier immigration rule, international students could switch from a student visa to a graduate route after completing their studies. However, if they had a baby after moving on to the graduate visa, there was no proper immigration pathway for that child under the existing rule. Many parents naturally believe that because their baby was born in the UK, everything would automatically be taken care of. But here is the reality that does not happen. A child born in the UK does not automatically become a British citizen simply because they are born there. Well, for temporary visa holders, immigration status that is still has to be secured through the correct legal process. Now, this created a lot of confusion. Parents, they had legal permission to stay in Britain, but their newborn child often did not have a straightforward route to obtain the same status. Families were forced to depend on complicated applications, expensive legal advice to an uncertain immigration decision. Many lived with constant anxiety, wondering whether a simple paperwork it could affect their child's future in the country where they are born. Wait, the good news is that the UK government has finally stepped in to fix that loophole. Under the latest immigration changes effective from August 3rd, 2026, a child born in the UK, while at least one parent hold a valid graduate route visa, can now apply for dependent status from within the UK itself. Once it is approved, the child's visa it will remain valid until the parent's graduate visa expires. It may sound like a small administrative update for you, but let me tell you, for hundreds of Indian families, it removes months of uncertainty and provides much needed legal clarity here. However, there are still important conditions that parents cannot ignore. This rule is not an expansion of a graduate visa scheme. It does not allow families to bring dependents from overseas under new rule. It only solves the problem for children that are born inside the UK. Parents must also ensure that the application for their newborn is submitted while they are still in the UK. If they leave the country before completing this process, they may lose access to the simpler route and they have to go through the complicated immigration procedure later on. Well, there is also the financial aspect here. Parents will still have to pay required visa application fee and the immigration health surcharge for their child. So, while the legal pathway has become much clearer, the overall cost of maintaining the immigration status that remains significant. Anyone who's planning to build a long-term future in Britain must continue budgeting for these immigration expenses well in advance. Ladies and gentlemen, the larger message is simple here. Immigration rules are constantly changing, and even small policy update can have huge impact on the families. What may look like just another government notification, it can completely change the future of parents raising their children abroad. For Indian students and professionals in the UK, this correction it removes one major source of uncertainty and ensures that newborn children are no longer caught in an unnecessary legal grey area.